Has your bank put limits on how much money you can deposit onto exchanges to buy crypto? Screw them. SwissBorg's got your back. They've created personalized IBAN numbers, so you can send as much money as you like to buy crypto. SwissBorg!
Hello everybody, welcome back. So it looks like today might be the day that we get that rejection, a decent rejection on the DXY. Not a rejection and a massive breakdown, but a rejection probably, if it's going to do it to the extent that I think it might, down towards this 200 exponential, maybe even the simple moving average. So we're talking like at least 1.5% towards 2% rejection. Not in one whole day, but trending move, you know, in the short term, only to get picked back up again and move back up to exactly where we are right now. So we're not looking for a catastrophe for the dollar, but a bit of selling on the dollar. So we'll just have a look at the yen, dollar yen, to see where we are on that one, just to see if we can highlight any reason why this might reject from here. And effectively, I would say that we're approaching a significant area on the dollar yen. Look, you've got bearish divergence and bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence. So, I mean, you know, what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? Let's have a look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar is actually breaking down even further to below this horizontal area. So, this might be a area where we see a fake out, but as far as the trend is concerned, it's still strong. So, Counter to the view on the DXY's rejection, we've got nothing on the euro to say that the euro is going to get picked up at around these levels. Not on 4 hourly, daily, or even on the weekly, to be honest with you. So it remains to be seen. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. This 105.3 area for the DXY, you know, I've had highlighted for a little while. This was the targets, and now we've hit the target. Maybe we get a rejection on it. And again, you know, we're not looking for chaos. We're just looking for pullback. So with that said, let's have a look at Bitcoin, because if we are going to move on a day like today, it would be to do with that DXY rejection. We've had 1, 2, 3 green candles in a row on the daily here. Maybe we'll be working on a fourth that could take us into the 27,000s, and the Bollinger Band range, basically the top of that range being 27,240. Obviously, the 200 and the 50 are just below that, but they've not death crossed. The main death cross, or the only death cross, is this simple moving average, which brings us to 27,600. Which again, a retest of that would be absolutely appropriate in the form of the current trend, which is down. So we should respect that for what it's worth. A downtrend getting rejected on a death cross is absolutely perfectly normal, more than acceptable. And this is what we've been talking about for a little while now. For Ethereum also, death crosses often get retested. Not always, but often, especially when you've been downtrending with bullish divergence on a daily and a 4 hourly like Bitcoin's had recently. So with that, let's have a look at the 4 hourly to see where we sit on the 4 hourly. Okay, so currently we are at the 200 exponential and simple moving average on a 4 hourly. So this is, again, same analysis, different time frame, death cross retest. So if there is a move that is able to take us above this level, it would catapult us a little higher, to be honest with you. Obviously, we've recognized the death cross on the daily, 27,600 area. That's fine to get rejected around there, but the horizontal takes us to 28,500. And this area that we're speaking of right now, the death cross retest on a 4 hourly area, is the area that we're struggling with. Now, look, bullish divergence does exist on 4 hourly and on the daily. The itchy cloud has not been able to give us any kind of pump signal, not yet, not on this 4 hourly. We're stuck in the cloud, or this cheeky span is stuck in the cloud. So any closure above that would generate a pump signal, and that pump signal will take us up to the next major area of resistance on the 4 hourly, which does point to this horizontal 28,400, but you know the daily has a very strong resistance as of the death cross. So I'd be looking for, if this were to actually kick in at some point today, and it can do it towards the end of the day at this price action, because there's a break in the cloud here, then yeah, I'd only really target that move up by another $1,000, because that is like a significant area, probably the most likely area to get rejected from. So it does look good, I have to say, and with the DXY looking the way it does look right now, a little weak, not weak, shall we say. It's definitely not weak, and looking like a pullback from a significant area. Then yeah, a pullback on the DXY will often allow for everything else to have a little run. Gold's already having a run. I imagine stocks to continue at least closing green. We don't really know how Bitcoin's going to perform. It's not really correlated to anything at the moment. It's kind of doing its own thing, which is good because that's what we want. We don't want everything to be correlated. We want diversification within a portfolio, which is something that really feels quite rare these days because everything is just trending on the back of dollar and CPI and FOMC. Well, all of that will be out the window in the next couple of years. We can trade these markets more appropriately, but for the moment, dollar is the main component to anything else is green candles. Looking at this here on the weekly though, just to recognize it for what it is, there is lots of resistance above us. The 50 exponentials where we've been rejected from now, 10 exponential and the 21 comes in at 27,280. The Bollinger Band Center comes in at 27,900. So I would say all the way up to this horizontal up here is like absolutely ripe for a major rejection, probably to bring us back down to where we started from and maybe a little lower. Closures above here, and this is the main thing to take away from this, because obviously, make a video in the morning, anything can happen in the day. Watch this video a week from now. Yeah, the higher term time frames are gonna, like this weekly. This is where it's gonna. This is where a video will stand, I suppose, the test of time. The main component for further upside on Bitcoin for continuation up to 30 and beyond will be once we've seen a weekly candle body closure above 28,000, I would say, which is your 20 weekly, and even better than that, a closure above the 28,400. And that should give us enough power to take us up to the top of the range and maybe even higher from there. Until then, any one of these can be a rejection. Any one of these should be a rejection, and we should expect a rejection on any one of these. So I'm not suggesting that this is places where you should think about shorting. I mean, short in any market, long in any market. I assume if you're doing those sort of things, you're probably not watching YouTube videos in the morning. Anyway, you're doing your own analysis because you know exactly what you're doing, or you have a good grasp on trading. But the criteria is that at the moment, this is position for further downside at any one of these levels, and we should expect downside to continue because that's what it would be, a continuation of this trend from any one of these levels. But we can all get super excited if and when we break above that 20 weekly, definitely the 28,500. So long story short, we still have the divergence playing out, which can easily take us up to that range that we've specified, the 28,500. It can take us up to that level. You can see the money flow index is pointing up, but it's absolutely not overheated. It's basically smack bang in the middle. So if this run were to have legs, it would certainly have legs up towards 28,500 and beyond. And the divergence is not. It's not faded at all. The MACD is showing nothing but strength on the histogram here. So I am very hopeful that we do have the power to move up to the top of the range, but whether we break it or not, I couldn't say. And that's basically all there is to say about it. I am hopeful. There is hopium implied, but the hopium has got to be dampened, I have to say, by the strength of that dollar, because the dollar's chart is a strong chart. We can see that it's basically just going from strength to strength, and so as much as we are likely to see a rejection at this level, which we are, it can get picked up at any one of these moving averages. Basically, the opposite of what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Get picked up at any one of these, and if it does go down much deeper towards the 103.4 area, that'll be a really big area to take a position from if you trade Forex, and to maybe hesitate in taking any positions in stocks, commodities, crypto, the lot, because a decent bounce from there would be chaos, I would imagine, for everything else. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Hopium is the operative word for today, as we are waiting for this rejection to pull back at least down to 104.2 and maybe below, allowing us to see some green again, a fourth day of green for crypto and stocks. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.